There we go. We're on board. Oh my gosh, it's almost 8. The other clock says 8, but I know it isn't. It's fast, unlike me. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? Nothing heard. This is K4PEW. My name is Paul. I'm the net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? If there was, you would have jumped in right then. Again, call 911. In the interim, you can chat with us. The net may be broken at any time for that kind of emergency if you need to be there. Need us to be there, at least on the radio. For information on this net, you can see us on YouTube right now. And look under the search block, and you just put in my call, K4PEW, or you can put in Brain Trusts, one word, BRAINTRUSTS. Or you can see us on our regular website, 146415.net. 146415.net, only one decimal in that instead of in the other place, not in the middle of the numbers. Or you can see us on our web Yahoo group, MJ_SS. That's the word we're listed under Yahoo groups, MJ_SS. So you can send me an email, K4PEW@ARRL.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. Almost every one. We've only missed a couple, I think. I'm not sure we missed any because this is number 506, number 506, and we're coming up on 5 years here next month, I believe it is. So I'm glad you're participating. Our purpose of the net is to have fun. Get to know other people, get to improve your shacks, get to improve your capabilities, be a better service to you, have more fun, and serve your family, your community, and your neighbors if you had to. We invite everyone to use the net to announce amateur radio events and activities related to the hobby or service in the community. Is there anybody with announcements? Well, let me read mine first. Let's see, today is Saturday. Tonight we have the buy, sell, swap, and swindle net right after the 2-meter net, and then we have followed by the, well, we already talked about that. No, we didn't. We didn't talk about after that is the sideband net on 144.240 upper sideband. That's 144.240 upper sideband. That'll be the last thing we do, other than saying goodnight. 73s. But then we've got the other two announcements, which is the Hamfest in Huntsville is on the 17th and 18th in Huntsville. You can look that up on the website. Just look up Huntsville Hamfest, and it comes right up. And then, of course, the Cedars of Lebanon, which also comes up if you look for it. It's on the 24th, the week afterwards. So it's going to be 2 weeks of either spending money or not spending money or just looking at all the stuff. I don't know if I had anything else in there for the announcements. Of course, we have another net on next Wednesday. There's two nets on Tuesday night of at least interest to us locally. One is the Simplex Net up in southern Kentucky, middle of southern Kentucky, up near Bowling Green. And that's on 146.230. I had to think about that. 430, excuse me, 146. It's 15 up from ours. 146.430. It's at 7:30. That's on Simplex. Point your beams if you got them up toward Bowling Green. And then the other one is at 8:30. It's the Wilson County Emergency Operations Center's Emergency Preparedness Net, and that's on the. You can start out on a WLYR repeater, which you can look up for yourself if you're interested. But I'll be sending out a reminder anyway, so you'll be able to see it. Any other questions or any other announcements? All right, I'm going to throw in my editorial here. You know, I had another one of those big shootings out there, and so it doesn't matter where it was. It was in Texas. And the guy was obviously a little way over the top. But I'm just amazed that one guy doesn't get attacked from behind by somebody. Somebody makes an effort to stop this dude. There was 3,000 people inside that store. And that one of the men apparently had a gun. None of them had the huevos is what it's called in Spanish, to jump the guy. So I don't know what the deal was. He couldn't have had his back. He couldn't have faced everybody simultaneously. I don't get it. But anyway, I'd like to think I'd be the guy who attacked him if I had an opportunity. Anyway, that's my big. That was an easy one. There's only one of them there. I thought he looked like an easy target to me. And you know, he shot people out front of the store. They were selling water for charity. So do the math. The guy was insane. Anyway, now that we've covered that issue, no other announcements. Okay, my wife said she would attack again. So, I don't know what that says about my wife. It means she's like slightly aggressive. Anyway, let's see. It's number 506. We're starting from the north tonight. So north, be ready. This is K4PEW with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. And looking for check-ins from the northern sector. Please come in.
KJ4GMR and KJ4HNV.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did it one more time. It's H. Which one is it now, Ray? H. I'm sorry about the hotel.
KJ4HNV.
Okay, I got it. Very good. How are you doing tonight, Ray?
Well, very good after this fiasco today and yesterday.
No, not another fiasco. You mean other than the ones that are on television?
Well, we got hung up sitting out there on I-40. We run into it up there to the dam just coming off out of Kugel. Sat there and we finally got off at 2:58. 2 hours later.
Oh, that's way too long to be sitting out on the highway.
Yeah, and then fan clutch went out on my little truck going to Knoxville yesterday.
Oh boy! So how'd you make that? How'd you fix that on the road?
We limped it. We limped it into the motel. And then I went over at the auto parts store and bought a clutch. Took the clutch off the truck, put the clutch back on it.
Well, I'm just glad you carry tools.
I'm a mechanic. Yeah, that's the wrong thing to do is not carry no tools, 2 gallons of water, and a gallon of antifreeze.
I got you. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I feel naked if I'm not carrying tools in the car. I wouldn't know how you fix anything without tools.
But anyway, other than that, we're home. I'm kind of slowing down. I got a feeling I'm fixing to crash. If I don't, I got to get me a shower and everything, kind of kick back a few more minutes. Yeah, this board's going to crash. When I do, it'll be up in tomorrow before I'll get up. Anyway, have a good night. Hey, appreciate y'all. Take care. Come see us sometime. KG4GMR.
Yeah, very good, Ray. Good to have you and Zoe in there. That was KJ4GMR. It's Golf Mike Romeo and Kilo Juliet 4 Hotel November Victor Zoe, his better half. Good to have you in there from Cottontown. In case you weren't sure where he was from, but he's always got a good signal. Who else? North, please come in.
KB9RKK.
You talking through a straw, or are you mobile or something?
I'm mobile. I just literally pulled in the driveway.
Well, literally. Is there a figurative way to pull in the driveway?
No, but the wipers are still going. No, it just happened as I was coming up the hill, and you got done it. And I'm like, okay, I won't make it in the house, so I'll just do it now.
Well, you could have done the late check-in thing.
Yeah, but I always end up doing that.
Oh, I don't keep track, really. I don't put down L next to the name when somebody does. I don't do any of that, or lollygagger, or.
Well, yeah, last time we went so late, we didn't do the side man.
Oh, I know. I want to get to it tonight. Hopefully, and I think we will one way or the other. I don't expect to have 35 people show up again, but you never know. Well, very good, Frank. That's Frank Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo. Thanks for taking the time mobile to check in. Who else is north? Please come in. Anybody else north?
WB0NLO.
You're just being too polite there, Mark.
Well, yeah. I've never been accused of that.
I don't know. Hey, do me a favor. Buzz Rick, not Rick. Buzz Ben for me. I'm having a hard time getting him to return my calls. And I'm not going to go into why. Just to Buzz ask him about it. He must be a busy boy. Very good, Mark. Everything going well with you?
Yep, everything's going well. And yeah, I'll send Ben a text, tell him to touch base with you.
Well, I just don't want to move on, without hearing from him. That's all.
It's not like him to ignore you.
Well, I haven't been bugging him. I sent him 2 texts, and I didn't get any replies. I said, okay, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not in a giant rush. I just need to talk to him. All right, very good, Mark. Just bug him for me. It'd be good. He's making you look bad. Whenever somebody gives a recommendation, you like to see him respond,
Yeah, well, what he does can't make me look bad.
No, I understand. Well, very good, Mark. I'm glad you're in there. Sounds like you're doing pretty good. That was Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0 November Oscar, and he's over in Hermitage. Who else north? We'll move over to the west of Mount Juliet. Please come in.
KN4TJF.
Hello, Rick. You doing all right?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
Real good. Mowed the lawn yesterday, and then it rained. So see, that's the trick. If I mow, it's going to rain. So watch me.
That's the way it goes. Either mow or wash your car.
Yeah, that's true. Did you guys get as much rain over there as some of the people did in this side of the county, Wilson County or southern, or up over there? The ones they got a lot of rain down in Murfreesboro, and here it's been some of the rainiest weather on the planet.
We had rain for almost a minute and a half today.
Well, that's not too much, thankfully. We had a little bit today, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, no, we haven't had much rain the last couple of days. Everybody else was getting it, and it went around us. So up here in Ashland City, we're kind of dry.
Well, you got all that water you're sitting on over there on the river.
That's right. And I think they're having a triathlon tomorrow over here in Riverview. So anybody interested might want to come out and watch them swim, bike, and the like.
I probably wouldn't be able to do unithon.
What was that?
Mine wouldn't be a triathlon; it'd be a unithlon.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm with you. I wonder if they got one that you could actually take a nap in. That would be neat.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if I saw it a few weeks ago. I don't know what it was, but I saw this oval sign in the back of somebody's vehicle, and it said 0.0, and I said, what the heck is 0.0? It didn't make any sense to me. So I looked it up online, and see people who run marathons put the number 26.7 or whatever marathon normally is, 26.3 miles, whatever that could be. And people who do half marathons put down 13 point whatever half of that was, 13.7. And people who don't do any marathons put down 0.0.
Yeah, we're going to get one of those stickers. Now, my wife would have the other ones, but I'd have the 0.0.
I don't know. They must have them in Amazon or somewhere, because I've seen them a couple of times.
I think I saw one before, too, and I didn't realize what it was. Now I know.
Yeah, I just thought it was some kind of odd symbol, 0.0, like it was eyeballs or something else. I didn't know. But anyway, good to have you in there, Rick. You sound good. You got a good signal, and glad you're doing well. Yeah, it would tire me out just to watch a triathlon for me. Anyway, that was Kilo November 4, Tango, Juliet Foxtrot, and that's Rick, and he's over in Ashland City. There used to be an Ashland gas station, if anybody remembers that.
Never knew.
Oh, there was Ashland. I think it was all over the country, but I might be wrong about that. Anyway, there was one. I'll have to look that up, actually. All right, very good, Rick. Good to have you in there. Kilo November 4, Tango, Juliet Foxtrot in Ashland City, and that's Rick. Who else west?
KG4AXQ.
Oh, man, you're going to kill me with 2 nights in a row.
Well, it's not in a row. It's just spread out between a couple days. But yeah, hey, don't have too much of a heart attack or a surprise.
I don't know. Do you remind yourself? It's like me. I'm almost self-reminding these days, but often my wife has to remind me. You got a knit tonight. Does your wife remind you at all?
No, but my dad, we were playing one game online, and he was talking about, hey, we got the thing coming up. So that reminded me.
Ah, very good. Familial. Well, he's still the boss, I think.
I don't think he wants to do anything with work or related to the work boss.
Well, somehow fathers never get out of the role of being the upper hand. You know?
Okay, I'll go with that.
You don't have to agree with it. I'm just saying, usually. How's that? Well, very good, Daryl. Glad you get in there. Good to hear from you again. It's Kilo November 4 Alpha X-ray Quebec, right?
Kilo Juliet 4.
Yeah, okay, it's redone. I don't know why I thought it was an M. You give me just a little brain freeze there. All right, anyway, it's Kilo Juliet 4 Alpha X-ray Quebec, and that's Daryl, and he's over in over here in northwest Mount Juliet. All right, good to have you in there, Daryl. Really, it is surprising because you've been kind of you got better things to do than to be, well, not always, but I'm saying lots of people get into that mode where they forget or they don't show up or whatever. I'll probably be in the same boat because I've missed an awful lot of nets since I've been a hand. Not these so much, but I've missed others. I have to be here. I mean, it's net control. All right, who else we got west this morning?
WY4G.
Hey, Jeff, how are you doing?
Okay, just tired. Just had busy weeks, but I'll be able to stay awake for this.
I guess that's a compliment. You're able to stay awake for the Simplex Net. Is everything else going good for you besides work?
Oh yeah, just business as usual. I want to comment. You make on something. You make that comment about that shooting in Texas. Most shopping malls are gun-free zones. That's probably why no one was able to stand up and try to take the guy out. Probably no one there was armed. That's the way most of these shopping malls are. They're considered to be gun-free zones.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but I don't know if they can enforce that through the force of law. Because the fact is, if you've got concealed carry, I don't, if it's concealed, who's going to know you have it unless there's an emergency? And heck, if they arrest me for shooting a guy who just killed several people, I'd be glad to get arrested.
I think the same way, but the only thing, I guess, worst thing they can do is ban you from the property. But they got all these notices and stickers and signs up. Got the picture of or diagram of the firearm with in the international no symbol. That's just I guess a lot of people do abide by the rule and don't carry. I don't know. I don't go into shopping malls, but just saying.
No, I hear you. Yeah, I don't know why they do that, because the fact of the matter is you can't face everybody simultaneously when he's in a store like that. But there were 3,000 people in that store. I'm figuring somebody had to have the wherewithal to think maybe I can knock this guy out with a can of soup or something.
Yeah, you'd think, but it's just I don't know. It's just kind of perplexing as to why someone would do anything like that. But especially in Texas, I guess a lot of people there do carry or can carry, but I don't know what the protocol is in El Paso. But here, Tennessee is a free state. I think Texas is as well. Most people do, that do carry. I'm one of them.
No, I hear you. I don't get it myself. I don't get he was all ticked. In fact, for everybody who's listening, I went and found his manifesto online. If you just look up his last name under, I think it's Crusius, Crusius, manifesto, and his manifesto's on there. And when you read it, he's actually fairly well-written guy who put together a fairly understandable manifesto why he's nuts, why he has such a stupid goal. And he even said, he goes, people are going to blame Trump for this, but that's not it. So he preempted all the news media. It was really kind of interesting that he did that, but what an idiot. He actually talked about how glad he was to do what he was going to do before he did it. It's amazing to how somebody can be, like you said, Jeff. He's nuts. He's insane. Who wants to go and kill children and women who can't defend themselves? How crazy is that?
Well, it doesn't have to be children or women. Just anybody in general who's not able to do that, defend themselves at that given moment. And I had a little discussion with a now local politician. This woman who, she's, of course, anti-gun. Got that D in parentheses after her name, and we're talking about that. She said, well, I don't have one. I'm not going to, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, if you choose being unarmed and helpless, that's your choice. I got a very dirty look from her, and that was the end of the discussion right then.
Well, to somebody who doesn't like guns, no explanation or no rationale is understandable to them. It really isn't. If somebody just hates guns, and the worst part in it, they're right. If you're willing to wait somewhere between 3 and 10 minutes for police to show up to protect you, you're going to be dead by that time.
Of course, it's better to have a gun in hand than a cop on the phone. It's just, most police I know will tell you that, that you're going to defend, the way you defend yourself is by lethal forces before they can even get there. So it's, it's going to be over, well over by the time they do get there, because they're just, not around the corner.
Yeah, and the guy even mentions in his manifesto, he says he was advising others, I guess. He says, seek out soft targets. Don't go for the tough ones where there's a lot of police, a lot of people with guns, a lot of, go for soft. You think, how sick you got to be, man. People that are just in there shopping for groceries and getting ready for the kids to go to school. What a nut. All right, well, very good, Jeff. I hate to be too depressing, but that happens to be the news of the day again. It's Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. That's Jeff. And he's up in Madison. Good signal again, Jeff. And now you can go to bed. Thanks for showing up on the net. Appreciate you being there. Who else? West, listen.
KM4YRM.
So you would have torn them apart limb from limb. I know that.
I'd be on them like white on rice.
like flies on duty.
Something like that. I would have felt the urge to do something.
I would expect so. How long can a guy walk through a big store like that and just take pot shots at people? It just doesn't. I don't get it. That's like I explained to my wife, and I'm sure everyone would agree. You can't explain irrational behavior.
Well, you have to be insane to even think about doing something like that.
Well, it would make more sense if he was upset with Walmart, but he wasn't. He's upset with what he called infiltration of the country by, I don't know if he said Mexicans or minorities. I forget what he said now, but it was something like that.
Well, they always have some reason, or they think it's a reason.
Yeah, no, that's why I said it's irrational, because let's put it this way. If you are living in Texas or California or New Mexico or Arizona or Florida, I assure you, you're going to run into a lot of people who are Spanish descent. Okay, so you better get over it.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Well, again, I was married to a Cuban girl for 27 years, so that doesn't. I don't know if that qualifies for anything, but maybe it qualifies her for something for marrying me. But I have some understanding of Spanish culture, and it's a little different, but it isn't different enough. The fact is, in some cities like in Tampa and Miami, I know, and I'm sure it's true in El Paso, that there's a lot of excellent, Hispanic. I hate that term, but business people who do good. There's excellent community leaders who are, Spanish descent. So it's kind of hard to say that they're a negative thing on the country. Just so.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, there's problems with every new group that comes into our country. Everyone. There's problems with the Irish, there's problems with the Poles, problems with the Germans, there's problems with everybody. They were just taking our turns now. But anyway, I'm not suggesting that we need illegal immigration. I'm just suggesting that you got to live with the people that come into the country, although some of them are a little less desirable than others. I don't mean Mexicans or Spanish people. I'm just thinking about some other groups that we're all familiar with. All right, Michael, good to have you in there. Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot, and he is in Bellshire. Have you talked to Mary? You can give me an update.
I have not talked to her, but I think maybe it won't be too long before she'll be back.
Man, she's going to be weak as a lame dog when she gets back out. Being in the hospital is not good.
No, it's not, and I miss her and miss Marty, and hope they get back soon.
Well, I only got one word for you, man. You missed a great opportunity to put that tower up when they weren't looking.
Yes, I did.
All right, very good. For those you don't know, he lives adjacent to the Mary and Marty. He feels he needs their permission to put up something on their property because it is their property. So I'm just joking about that, sneaking something up in there. All right, very good. Again, good to have you in the mic. Find out when you find something for Mary. Let me know. Did you get that text? That message I sent you yesterday about the film and stuff.
I sure did, and I'm going to check that out tomorrow when I got some time. And actually, I live in the duplex, and Marty and Mary are on the other side.
Well, I hope they live on the other side of a duplex. That'd be kind of uncomfortable.
Yes, they would.
Yeah, I didn't know if you called it a duplex or what you call that arrangement. Very good. Good you have it in the microphone. Yeah, let me know what you think of those. What I sent a link. Who else? West, please come in. Anybody else west? Nothing heard. Let's go to the south. South of 40, please come in.
KM4 VVA. Yankee Victor.
Hey, Larry, hold on one second. Somebody real close to me, Dan, beat you to the punch. Dan, how you doing? I understand you were influential on your son finally.
Yeah, I just, we like you said, we were playing a game online. And I told him, I said, we got 8 o'clock, I'm leaving. But I just wanted to point out a little thing, the relationship between father and son goes to helper, assister, and getting assistance.
You say sister?
Oh, assistor.
Oh, a sister. Okay, I got you. Yeah, that's true. I wrote somebody when I was taking care of my mom. I said, I sure wish she would have had a daughter first, then I wouldn't have to do any of this work.
Well, I had a daughter first, and she left me first.
My younger brother, who's 17 years younger than me, he was 2, just under 2 when I left home at 19 years old. And of course, he's a kid. I didn't have a great relationship with him at 2 years old, less than 2. And anyway, when he understood that I left, and I don't know what point it was, but he said, where did Paul go? I said, well, he moved out. He got married and he left, and he lives in another state now. And he says to my mother, she's the one who told me this, not him. She said, Mommy, I'm never going to leave you. Well, he left.
On that Texas thing, unless I'm mistaken, and it's sort of ironic, the no gun notices that the stores put up are a 30.06 notice.
Is that what they're formally called? That's the number of them?
Yep, just like the rifle caliber.
Oh, that's pretty. Well, at least it reflects a fairly powerful weapon.
Yeah, and before I leave you, I'll let you go with one final thought. The answer to grass and lawns is sheep.
I guess, but the problem with sheep is they tear up the grass from the roots. They rip it right out of the ground. And so do goats, and cows don't do that. So the answer is really cows, except they have much bigger cow plop to clean up.
Yeah, I think the sheep are a little neater.
They are. Plus, they're cute. Sheep are cute.
Yeah, I had one time, had a sheep, couple goats, couple horses, the whole catastrophe.
Well, it is if you're not prepared for that kind of stuff. I mean, fully prepared. You know what I'm saying? And you probably that's what you're alluding to. If they can be more problematic than they are fun.
They were enough fun. I mean, the horses were my sister-in-law's, and I found out you spell horse WORK, but the sheep and the goats were pretty nice.
Yeah, no, I got you. Very good. Yeah, I've never had either. I didn't like the smell of sheep doo-doo. That really stinks. So does pigs. Horses and cows, not so much. All right, very good, Dan. Good to have you in there. That's Kilo Mike 4, Victor Alpha. Larry, I think you were next.
Yeah, man, just thought I'd get in here and that's Kilo November 4, Mike Papa Victor that was in there.
Oh, I heard you too. No, I didn't hear you. Larry beat you. Hold on, hold on, Terry. I had Larry in there. All right, say that again, Larry.
Yeah, just thought I'd get in and say hi to everybody and get out because we got a lot of thunder and lightning around here. So we'll let you get on with it, Paul.
All right, get off before you get hit. K4 PEW for Mount Juliet Simplex Net. That was Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. And I think I had Terry in there next. How you doing, Terry?
Doing okay, Paul. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm going to mess up your call again. I know it. Well, give it to me again, just so I don't mess it up.
KN4 MPV, Kilo November 4, Mike Papa Victor.
I don't know why I would not. What I forget is the N. I don't know why. It just seems to be. Shouldn't be there for some reason.
Well, you can blame the FCC on that.
Yeah, it's just no. I can blame my brain for that.
I hear you. Okay. I guess we got a lot of rain over in Murfreesboro for a little while there. Did you get much?
No, not too much. Just a little bit. Just enough to make the lawn wet and grow more. I'm afraid to fertilize it. It'll just drive me out of the house.
Okay. Well, I'm actually out mobiling around. I just ate at your Golden Corral. You left a little bit over there for me, and we're on the way back.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you sound good mobile. Where you must have been not too far away.
Yeah, the first time I hollered for you, I was over there just about at Golden Corral, but I'm over here pretty close to you now. I think I'm sitting in your driveway.
Well, if you look in the window, you can see me sitting here, jacking my jaws. Well, very good, Terry. I'm glad you checked in mobile. Kilo November 4, Mike Papa Victor, leaving the city of the center of the known scientific world, Mount Juliet, Tennessee.
Okay. I do have one little plug I want to put in. Last Sunday, K4 JBR, Jesse, I think you know him, got his general. So I don't, you may have already heard about it, but just wanted to put the plug in and congratulate him.
Ah, very good. Yeah, that's one of the neat things about having the the technician gives you such limited opportunities, and it kind of I think it forces people to go for the general so they can at least do more on HF than just that little bit on CW. And I'm not sure. I don't think they have more than that, do they, in technician?
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you 100%. And I don't know if he's checking in tonight or not. I know he's been taking care of some family problems and stuff. So sometimes he just has his little handheld or something. So he may not be able to check in. But anyway, I wanted to plug that. And I hope everybody has a nice weekend. It's Sammy 3.
And JBR's first name is what?
Jesse. He was BBP at the end. He changed his call. Got a vanity. I think he goes by Jingle Bell Rock, JBR, K4, JBR.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jingle Bell Rock's only popular about 30 days out of the year.
Yeah, but he tries to make it year round.
I guess. Yeah, very good. All right, well, very good, Terry. Glad to have you in there. Kilo November 4, Mike Papa Victor, normally in Murfreesboro, but mobile in today, coming out of the center of the cultural universe here in Mount Juliet. Apparently, I think we have more restaurants than we have anything else in this area. All right, who's next? South, please come up.
KI4NC, Kilo Echo 4, Tango Yankee Juliet.
Hey, hold on one second there, Jim. Who is it? Oh, David beat you to it. David from Redeville. How you doing, David?
I'm doing all right. So that was a quick draw, wasn't it? It sure was. Getting plenty of rain over here again, Mr. Paul. How are you?
Doing good. Really, it's nice. I actually like the rain. I just don't like what I have to do. I mean, for some reason, I think all the early rain in the spring and me fertilizing and killing the moles sure made the lawn look pretty.
Yes, well, we sure have had a rainy season, that's for sure. And the bugs are eating up all the apple trees. That's nature and that's life.
Oh yeah, no, my wife was telling me, she did it again. She said, because there's like 6 regular medium-sized frogs out in the pond. I said, well, there was a lot more before him. She says, well, what happened to him? She said something about the snake, because we had a snake in there one time, big black snake. I said, well, might have got eaten by the snake. She goes, well, they got other stuff to eat. They don't have to eat frogs. I go, you don't seem to understand. This isn't a rule. It's not like this inside our fence line. They got rules. They don't care about no stinking rules.
I know. Did I tell you about my gray foxes?
You mentioned them, yeah.
Well, they prefer Cheerios over rabbits.
So you put out a bowl of Cheerios for them every day?
I know. I had some that kind of went bad on me, so I poured them out there, and I tried it the second round, and man, they love it.
That's funny. It's funny. You ought to try some other brand. You know, it's like maybe some, not the Cheerios, but the like the Walmart brand or something.
Well, hey, listen, free food and a box don't have to chase it. What do you think?
I don't know. Their nature is to chase after things. I mean, they're pretty good hunters because they eat mice and they eat other rodents, and I think they even go for snakes, don't they?
You know, I don't know. I know I never seen but one in my lifetime out in broad daylight hunting, you know. And these guys come right out in daylight. Anyway, I won't hold you, sir. Good evening. Appreciate what you do, and we'll catch up with you next time. Appreciate everybody on that KI4ND.
Yeah, very good. That was David, Kilo India 4 November Delta November, and he's in Reedyville. Good signal tonight. Jim, how you doing?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the other station. He's kind of off my backside on the beam. But I'm doing good. This is KE4TYJ.
Yeah, he's off the back of your beam, not off your backside.
Okay.
So you're doing all right? You settled in after having your company for so long?
Oh yeah, she's gone back to her mother's house, so we can get things back to normal down here. Today I had to work and got home and do yard work. Had to work on the Jeep a little bit, so I had a fun fill day. So everything's going well.
Yeah, but you know when you have a granddaughter that long, I bet you miss her for a little while.
Yeah, and for a little bit. And not at first.
Yeah. No, especially the little girl, and she probably loves her grandpa. I'm guessing that, but I'm pretty sure it's true.
Well, she says she does. We got a question. Do we have a breakfast next Saturday? Am I wrong?
Well, the question isn't wrong, but the day is wrong because it's the second Saturday of the month, which makes it perfect because it's the before the Ham Fest in down in Huntsville.
So I am right. The breakfast is next Saturday.
Well, yes, it's. I'm sorry. I'm thinking today's the day before Friday, Saturday, or something. It is the next one because today is the current one. You're absolutely right. I was thinking about it. Never mind. I was just thinking about it wrong, and you're correct. Again.
All right. Well, I was just looking at the calendar. You said second Saturday, and I'm looking at it, and it's like, okay, I'm not losing my mind. All right, that's pretty much all I got. Don't want to hold it up. But you're doing a fine job. I was not control as usual, Paul.
Yeah, as good as you're going to get to. I don't know if I've improved any. All right, that was Jim. He's in Woodbury, and that's Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet. Jim in Woodbury. What else we got? South of 40.
Whiskey Victor 4 Delta 10 Kilo Echo November. Smyrna, Tennessee.
Yes, how are you doing, Ken? You sound good.
I'm doing good. I'm mobile. Signal reaching okay?
Oh no, the audio is outrageously good. It's just that let me look again. See, when I'm looking at the meter, I'm looking at it on the screen, so it's backwards. So I think you were doing like 50 or 60 over.
Holy moly!
Yeah, you were. Hold on, NYA. Hold on. Yeah, you were doing 60 over to me right then.
Well, I don't know how I did that.
Well, it's obvious you have enough power and signal to get to me because your audio is clean and dry. It's really, really good audio and a really strong signal, so you can't get any better than that.
Well, I'm running about, let's see, 25 watts, 25, 30 watts mobile here in Smyrna, Tennessee.
What kind of antenna do you use on the car? Is it a special one or just a regular old something?
No, it's actually a quarter wave whip.
Oh, well, it's from Smyrna and Murfreesboro and Antioch. I do pretty well down there because it's pretty clear shot for me. There's some other areas that aren't as good as that, but that one's pretty clean going south. And I've talked to people in their handhelds down in that area. So I'm not too surprised, but to have 60 over on a quarter wave whip and 25 watts, that's really good.
All right, buddy. Good to talk to you. Let you get back to your net and say hello to everybody. So far, I've been able, I don't know what is wrong with this antenna, but it has an amazing receive capacity. I've heard everybody so far on the net. So back to you. You get back to it and appreciate what you do.
Yeah, very good, Ken. That's Ken. He's mobile, normally as we said, that was Smyrna. Is that where you said it was? Smyrna? Oh, I must have jumped off real quick, but he's down in that area. But he was mobile, and it's Whiskey Victor 4 Delta, great signal, and doing a good job. Who else south? Please come in.
K1 is speeding.
Hey, Scott. So you got your old station all wrapped up again, in good shape.
Yeah. Radio is located in a different part of the house now. And I just routed a couple of other antennas back downstairs, so that way I don't have to climb any stairs.
Now you're going to lose all your exercise.
No. There's still plenty of other ways to walk around.
Well, I think when you're doing your route, you get some exercise, don't you?
Hey, come on, that's a nasty word, doing that kind of work. I had to do that last week, and that about wore me out.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well, I'm not saying you're old, but as I get older, things like that are more difficult for me. Over a period of time. You know what I'm saying? Just shorter periods, fine, but doing it all day would probably kill me.
It only took me a little while to realize how much fun that job is.
Well, yeah. Well, the other side of that coin is you can have a sedentary job sitting behind a desk, and that's no good either.
And that's true. All right, well, carry on there. You're making good time this evening compared to last Saturday night. K1 is speeding.
Yep, hope you hear you on the sideband. That was Scott, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta, and he is in Laverne. That's where he is. Scott, you're doing good in Laverne as always. Who else south, please go now?
Kilo 4, Juliet Bravo Romeo, AG.
Oh, that's Jesse, isn't it? Kilo 4 Juliet Bravo Romeo. How you doing? I understand you got your general.
Yes, sir. I had time to study for about a week or so there, and I went over to Lebanon on Sunday, and I couldn't go on Saturday to the film fest, but lucked up and passed it. Terry and a few other guys always threatened me to do something, so I had to do it.
Well, if that's what it takes to get people better licenses, all the better. Did you find the general test any more difficult, really, than the technician?
Well, let's see. I took the technician in '91, so I can't remember. I missed one despite myself, so I guess I did okay.
Okay, good. I just wondered if you had. I didn't know how long you'd been licensed, but yeah, it's you wouldn't. I wouldn't remember that. I don't remember mine for that matter. Then that was only 15 years ago. But the general, it's really not too much more complex, I don't think, than the technician. So I think everybody should at least work towards getting a general if they're a technician, unless they just don't want to. But you know how that is. You have to want to do it.
Yes, that's true. And I put a plug in here. I didn't open my book up. I was sort of on a time frame there, and I basically watched videos and passed it. And I was really amazed how much you can learn off those videos. I forgot his call here, W4EY, I think. And so I want to do the same thing. I've got about 2 weeks before my extra is here in Woodbury, so I'm just going to watch the videos because I'm stuck without a radio right now most of the week. So I'm having to sort of babysit somebody up. So I'm going to study those videos and hopefully on the 14th, maybe pass my extra, I hope.
Oh, that'd be great. Now, are those on YouTube or you have separate videos from something else?
No, they're on YouTube. And I actually watched the old general. I didn't even watch a new video on the new test. I didn't see that on there really. I actually missed one test. It was something to do with CW. I forgot what it was. Some Q signal. I couldn't remember it. But it was simple. The videos were quite long. Now I'll say that much. But they were okay. wasn't too bad. I had the time, so I would advise anyone. I think it's W4EEY, I think.
All right, we want to confirm that, but I don't know if everybody could hear that. But he did his training. This is Jesse, Kilo 4 Juliet Bravo Romeo. He did his training. He did his learning from YouTube on I think it's Whiskey 4 Echo Echo Yankee. I'm not positive of that, but I'm sure you could find something at least close to that if it isn't. And he said it made it real easy for him to. Apparently his videos are a little bit long, but again, there's a lot of information to cover in ham radio. So he must have been successful. He was a technician in '91, and now he's quickly got a general after only 2 weeks of watching videos, and he's going to get his hopefully get his extra. I'm pretty confident he will if he's doing that well in a month or so. So anyway, good to have you in there, Jesse, and I appreciate the word on that video. I'll take a look at it myself. It'll be interesting to watch, and might be, in fact, if I took the extra test again, I'm not sure I could pass it because we forget a lot of stuff.
Okay, thank you, Paul, for having that. And I was reminded yesterday that get on here. So I happen to be in Woodbury today, so I want to get on here and log in. I appreciate you doing this. I really do. And got another antenna put up here, and it's not as tall as yours, but it's about a 17-footer. So I'm hoping I'll get a better deal. Maybe can operate maybe some sideband Simplex. Let me some sideband. It's all Simplex. I'll bring some sideband to you maybe another week or two. Appreciate it, Paul. K4JBR, AG, and Woodbury. We're going to be clearing. Thank you very much.
Yeah, very good, Jesse. Good to have you in there. It's Kilo 4 Juliet Bravo Romeo. Again, he's in Woodbury. But I believe the YouTube video is by Whiskey 4 Echo Echo Yankee. If it's different, I'll send out a notice on it. Well, good to have you in there, Jesse, and congratulations on getting your general. Who else, Sal? I think we ran out of South. We'll move over to the east of Mount Juliet.
K4 IDC.
We're supposed to be in South, man.
Trying to be nice and let someone else go first.
Yeah, man. You did all right. You got it. Doesn't really matter. We don't hold anybody's feet to the fire on where they show up. How you doing, Robin?
All right. Thank you. And you?
Well, you know what this said. I'm blessed. I really am. Like my doctor said at the VA, she said, look at this list. And she shows me the list of drugs I don't take because I don't take any. And she goes, this is fantastic for a guy 70. Whatever.
It is.
Well, it is. And look at it. Stop drinking, stop smoking, and I make my own dresses. And that's my key to success.
Well, good thing your sewing machine's broken.
Now I'm picking up needlepoint next. It's really aerobic.
Oh my gosh. All right, you can move on now. K4 IDC.
I knew I could drive you out. That was Robin, Kilo 4, India Delta Charlie. He also has, if he doesn't mention it, he's got some coax pieces he's willing to let go of. And you can reach him. His call is good on QRs and his email. His call is always good. All right, who else? South, please come. Or East, please come. I think I heard the scratchiness. You know, you were on earlier and I was busy. And Kevin was singing the praises of Earl, how his signal was outrageously good. And, you know, you were really crappy to me. So it shows how interesting conditions in one direction are fantastic and not good in another at the same time.
Oh, did I make it in there?
Yeah, you're in there. But were you using a beam earlier today pointed at Kevin?
Let's see. No, actually, I think I was on the ground plane. But then again, I don't know. I mowed the yard a little bit since then, so I could be right and I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But I've been working on my erector set over here, and I'm QRPing right now. And if you wouldn't mind looking at my signal report, I got that there 13V2, I think pointed right at you because I was out there tinkering around with it, trying to do the Armstrong indicator thing. And while you tell me what kind of signal you got, I'll put my output up to normal what I usually talk to you with. See if you can tell a difference.
Well, you mean right now you're just bumping up on S2. You've been many occasions S7 to me, and you said you want to switch to something else.
Yeah. Now I'm backed up to what normal, regular power setting I usually use to talk to you on my on the ground plane. And I think I got my beam pointed at you. I've got it stuck up on a about 18 foot off the ground and everything like that with the Armstrong rotator device. I think I got it pretty well honed in on you there. And and then when I come back to you one more time, I'll switch over to the ground plane, see what you think. Of course, the ground plane is about 10 or 12 feet higher than what the beam is. What do you think?
Well, right now you were doing little over 8. It was like 8.2 on the Richter scale. I mean, excuse me, on the S meter. It's 8.2 or so. Great signal on what you're doing right there.
Okay. Well, I ain't got my, I ain't gonna hold it up too long. I don't, but I ain't got my selector switches laying over there on the front part of the floor, so I have to get up and go move it and everything. So, well, anyway, that's better than a 7 and whatnot. So that's a good deal. It's working out. And versus let's see, I was first talking to you at 5 watts. I pumped it up to 50 watts, which is about where I usually QSO with you from my location to yours. I looked you up on the map, and it was you're the only one I see when it shows you on the map thing. It's got a line from my location to yours. I don't know why that is, but it is that way.
Whose map is that?
That thing on QRZ, where you look somebody up and you go to the details, and then over there on the right, it's got the daggone little screen over there. You can click to go to the map.
Oh, whoever you click on, it's going to show the line to them. You know what the direction is, and gives you an idea where it is. So that's why it shows me. If you look up somebody else, it's going to point in their direction.
Yeah, you're the only one I've seen that's got a line. I mean, I see their location, pointed on the map, but I don't see that line because where I was looking at it was kind of like I must be confused of where my location is versus where Gladeville was, because I was going totally too far one way or another. Anyway. But yeah, then there's that big. I gotta go through Gladeville and that big mountain there where Lebanon Central is on and everything like that to get over there to your location. But anyway, appreciate what you're doing out there, Paul, and everyone else out there actually as well. Takes time out of their regular routine or whichever you want to nomenclate it as to add a little bit more activity and spectrum to the UHF VHF band out there, and with everybody upgrading and moving on and bouncing around with higher megs or lower megs or HF, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of give some of them newbies some activity to get into and listen to, and because some of these updates and upgrades and here, there, and yonders, man, oh man, they get awfully pricey. But anyway, that's all I got to say with that. 7-3's out there, and we'll catch you when we can, whichever way we can. This is Earl, KE4DEZ on the side, listening. Back to net, 7-3.
Yeah, very good, Earl. That was Earl Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. Doing a fine job out of Noreen there, just east of Cedars 11. And by the way, you were doing 9 point something on that 50 watts, I think, whatever you were doing on that last transmission. So you're doing real well. And the audio was excellent. Who else, East?
Comment from TWI.
Hold on, Wes. We had a comment first. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, for Earl, before he made the change, I picked up nothing from him. And after he made the change, I was picking him up at S7 and clear.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just the silly differences. And like I said earlier today, he was messing around. And Kevin was giving him like, I forget, 20 over or something. It was really scratchy and lousy. And I thought, isn't that funny? I didn't jump in because I didn't want to burst his bubble. But it's often that way with Earl, just where he is and the landscape issues between the two of us. Well, very good. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate the comment. He was not hearing you hardly at all, Earl, and all of a sudden he was hearing you great. I think I heard KI4 TWI. What's up, Wes?
Hey, I'm at my parents' place on their porch, listening on the HT. Hearing most people, KE4 TWI.
Your parents are over east of Mount Juliet, aren't they? In the eastern end. Is that where they are?
They're south of Lebanon, so I'm well east of where you are.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I still get surprised because I mean it's 12 miles or so to where you are if you're just south of Lebanon, and that's 12 miles on HT isn't too shabby.
Yeah, I've got my truck out here, so I'll try to check into the sideband portion. If you're doing it tonight, I forget if you are. KE4 TWI, go on.
No, we are very good. That was Wes, KI4 TWI, and he is in just south of Lebanon tonight on his HT. Couldn't hear him. That was why. I can hear him pretty good. Anybody else east? Please come in.
KM4HTV.
Hey, are you going to avoid surgery or what?
No, I don't think there's any way to.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could. No, it's not a good plan, is it?
No, I've been operating on enough, but I'm going to have another one.
Yeah, I wish there was a way out of that because surgery is always, it's an invasive procedure that fraught with just pain.
Yeah, I don't really like spinal surgery either. I've had one before, so hopefully it'll go well.
Yeah, me too. I hope it does do well. Let us know when you're doing that so we know where you are and what's going on.
Okay, Paul, I'll hook you up back to net. Okay, I'm 4HT.
Yeah, very good. That was Stan, Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo, and he's over just north of Lebanon. Anybody else east? Nobody else east.
KG4, I was waiting for somebody else to come in there, but I guess not.
Well, you could wait a long time.
Yeah, I figured Jeff or somebody come in there before me. Well, I didn't want to let you skip past us. Yeah, we're not doing too much, Paul. Just hanging out, listening in. I'm like, what would you say his name was? Don. The other Dan, maybe with Wes or Earl. I didn't hear him at first, and then when he, I guess whatever he did, I heard him then afterwards.
Yeah, he was just like I said, he was just bumping up a little over S1 when he first started, and then when he changed it, he went to 7 point something, where I said it was. Yeah, it's in like earlier today when you were bragging about his signal when you guys were messing around with the antennas. I was doing something else, but I could hear it, and I said, "No, I'm not going to tell him because Earl sounded like crap, when he was talking to you. But you had great, you had a great signal to you."
Yeah, I think he was using that beam of his. For the most part, I thought he was pointed at you, but I had him pretty well. But I guess he switched to the ground plane too. Maybe he left it there, but he sounded good. He's sounding good right now. I heard him when he come back around on the second try. But yeah. Let me get out of your hair. Maybe somebody else will get in there with you.
All right, very good. Good to have you in there, Kevin. That was Kevin, Kilo Golf 4, Mike, India Zulu, over just west of downtown Lebanon. Anybody else east? All right, late check-ins. Any place, anywhere, please come in. All righty. For anybody who didn't check in there, now you're stuck. Lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers, SDR listeners, scanner listeners, and preppers and end time survivalists. That's the categories we're in then.
Whiskey 4, Alpha Whiskey Echo.
Did you do that on purpose, John?
No, I just walked in.
Okay, very good. Yeah, man, we had 23 last week, and it looks like we're going to have 23 this week. How you doing?
Oh, doing good. Just a little wet, but good.
Oh, is it raining out your way?
Yeah, it came down here sort of a short monsoon.
Well, it doesn't really matter. It was A, if it ain't got no soap in it, and B, I'm inside the house. Doesn't matter.
That is correct.
Are you going to make it to Huntsville, did you say?
I'm going to do my best. I've already got a client trying to get me to shoot that weekend, but I'm trying to arrange a way to move it.
Yeah, I got you. Well, you know the deal. Usually business comes first.
Yeah, I might have I think I already see a way to move this so it works and keeps everybody happy.
Yeah, well, you know, with the Huntsville thing, it's 2 days, so you can probably work around something.
Yeah, and I've already got a short list of a couple of things. There's going to be a really good fiberglass vendor down there that supposedly is bringing a lot of stuff to make your own extension poles and painter's poles.
Ah, cool. I'll have to make a point and see. I'll have to look at that myself. That'd be interesting. I may be into something on that. Well, very good. Anything else for the net, John?
No, all is good here.
All right, then I'm going to move on. Very good. That was John, Whiskey 4, Alpha, Whiskey Echo, over in Bellevue, and we're finished with our lake check-ins, I think, and our lollygagger list. Anybody else want a lake check-in before we move on?
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, I just heard from Mary's daughter that she's going to be getting out of the hospital, I think, on Monday.
Oh, very good. It's not too far away. Usually they let you out on a Friday because sitting around the hospital Saturday and Sunday stinks.
Yes, I know.
Oh, well, that's very good. Well, let us know what the scoop is, and we'll respond accordingly.
Roger that.
All right, very good. We're going to move on then, unless we have somebody who's going to, I don't care if you got any nay votes. We're going to move right on to the buy, sell, swap, and swindle net. Anybody getting that they want to sell? Please come in.
J1SB.
Hey, Scott, what you got?
My son's still selling the Jupiter. He does have an interested party, but nothing pending. The 10-Tech Jupiter, you can Google his call sign Whiskey 4, Sugar Papa Delta, and QTH. $475 plus shipping.
$475 for a 10-Tech Jupiter. And you can look them up on Whiskey 4 Sierra Papa Delta on QTH.com. I believe that's what it is. All right. And you said it was for what?
$475. And he also has an MFJ iambic keyer. I think the model number is 564. And I can't remember the price on that. Both those ads are posted on QTH.com.
Yeah, QTH.com, Whiskey 4 Sierra Papa Delta. And he's got an MFJ. I think that's one that's like the, if I remember the number, that's the one that's like the, the one that starts with B.
Yeah, the same one except red paddles.
Yeah, I got you. A bencher. I think that's the one that looks like the bencher, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there you go. All right, very good. It's the MFJ ripoff of a bencher design, and then the 10-Tech Jupiter for $475, and it's two different prices. I don't know how much the MFJ key, or not, the Morse code key, the sidewinder. Well, it's not a sidewinder. It's a iambic keyer from MFJ. Anyway, move on. Anybody else got anything?
Kilo Echo 4, GC.
All righty, Earl, what you got?
Well, I really don't have anything, but I was curious if someone would have what I kind of thinking about becoming in handy.
Well, what you looking for?
Well, first of all, I'm not really sure if it's it's a option or if it's standard hardware for the bottom side of the rotor to where it one of them there converter or adapters, instead of hooking it to a daggone rotor plate, you can, if there's anyone out there who's got one of those there adapters where they can be, put onto a mass pipe by itself and whatnot. That, cause I got a couple, but for testing purposes and troubleshooting or setting up or test or whatever you want to call it, one of those would come in handy, and I would, somebody lead me in the right way to get one of those, or if they got one in their closet gathering up dust or in a box or whatever, it'd be, I could use one, KE4 or DEZ.
Okay, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. I'm unfamiliar with it, but I believe I know what you're saying. Instead of having a rotor plate like you'd have on a tower, you need the adapter for a plate that mounts to a mast. Is that correct?
Hey, Earl.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the lower mount for a rotor. And I found mine on eBay for, oh gosh, it was maybe $30.
Okay, cool deal. Did that come with all the nuts and bolts and the everything but the wrench to put it together with?
That's true.
Okay, and what'd you say that was? So I could write that down, or for future reference, or I'm good on the QRZ group now. So if you want to shoot me an email, that'd be all right too, whichever way is convenient for you.
Okay. I'll zip you an email. How's that? K1SPD.
All right, appreciate it, and everything like it, and whatnot. That worked out pretty good, Paul. And yeah, it's kind of like he said, it's the bottom mount. It kind of looks like the top of the rotor, but it's got it's a 4 bolts or 3 or whatever. That's kind of a long neck like the top of the rotor, but it's it's bolts to the bottom of the rotor, where in place of a rotor plate, where you put it on top of the pipe.
I got you. In fact, I was looking through eBay myself. I was seeing a whole bunch of stuff related to what you're talking about. I don't see that in particular, but it's a good place to start looking on eBay for sure. Well, very good. I think we solved one problem there. Appreciate it, Scott. That's what we're here for, I guess, is to kind of put people together with what's good in bed and where it's available. Who else? Anybody else got anything they looking to sell or buy? Well, very good. Then we shall move on to the buy sell. I'm not sure. We just finished the buy sell swap and swindle. If you do have anything to sell, don't hesitate to post it to the group or send it to me, and I'll post it to the group. It's not a big deal. We're not making any money off of this, that's for certain. We're going to move over to the portion of the net here on the, what do you call it? The U.S. upper sideband net on 144.240, and I'm going to be there momentarily. K4PEW. Closing out the other parts of the net and moving on to the sideband. We'll catch you. Appreciate all the check-ins. There was 23 again, a duplicated last net, so we'll catch you later. K4PEW. All right, this is K4PEW with the Mount Juliet Simplex Net on the 144.240 sideband. Well, we'll start out the same way. Who's up north? All righty, who's down south? Or who's to the west, I should say. Please come in.
Whiskey 4, Alpha Whiskey Echo.
All right, very good, John. You're how am I sound? I'm right on 240 on my new. It's not new. It's an old 857D that I had stacked away here, and I'm right on frequency with you.
You are dead center on frequency.
Yeah, the other I got to send the other one into the shop. It's messed up. Not terribly. It's just messed up enough that I started to bother me on some other things. So I don't know what's going on. All righty, that was. Let's move on. That was John in Bellevue, Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo. Who else? Who else is west? Anybody? All right, down to the south then. Who's south? Please come in.
KM4 VVA.
All right, Dan. I got KM4 VVA here in Mount Juliet. Solid big signal. Who else south? Please come in. Anybody south? I'm hearing something. Is anybody there?
Still calling south.
Yes.
Yeah, K1 SPD.
All right, very good. Excellent signal. Are you using a different mic, or is that just different on sidebeam?
No, I'm using a hand mic. Is it lower or what?
No, it's got a little bit more audio bass in it that sounds a little better for some reason.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
I'm on the vertical right now.
Yeah, you sound great. Good signal. I wasn't looking at the meter because I don't have it. I was looking up the thing on eBay and I missed it. Hit me one more time and I'll look at the meter.
Oh boy. How's that? 1, 2, 3.
Ah, yeah. So you're doing S9 to me on that vertical. So you're doing great.
Yeah, Earl, I just sent you a email link for one of those mounts on eBay.
All righty. Thanks, Scott. I'll relay that to him if he gets up on here. I haven't heard him. Anybody else south? Please come down. Anybody east? Please come in.
KE4TWR.
Hey, Wesley, you made it out to the truck, did you?
Yeah, I got this horizontal loop on here, but so far I've heard everybody.
Oh, yeah, no, some big signals out there tonight. Yeah, if you go out into a watery area of the strait, you can consider you a mobile marine.
Yep. All right, go ahead, KE4TWR.
Yeah, very good. That was Kilo Echo 4 TWI over there south of Lebanon. Who else? Anybody else out there east or north? Please come in.
Kilo Golf, Mike India Zulu.
All right, I heard two in there. Was a Mike India Zulu. There was Kevin's out there in Lebanon. Who was the other party?
KB9 RKK.
Boy, you get some noise on that signal tonight. I don't know what's going on. It's like a heavy hum. Your voice is better than the hum, but the hum's still there.
Yeah, I'm getting some kind of feedback.
Yeah, and it ain't good. Yeah, it does. As long as it doesn't bite you in your lips when you touch the mic.
Yeah, I'm hearing it actually through the headset.
Yeah, I imagine you are. That's an annoying feedback, whatever that's going on there. All right, very good. That was Frank over there in Northwest Wilson. Anybody else? North, south, east, or west? Anybody?
Kilo Echo 4 Dizzy.
All right. That was Earl. You sound good. You sound better here than you do. Well, no, you were doing, like I said, S8 or so earlier. So, no, you sound good on sideman.
No, okay. Yeah, you're sounding pretty well over here yourself there, Paul, and everything. And I didn't check my email yet, but I heard Scott say that he sent me a link, so I'll check that here before too long, and daggone, may get one in the mail the next day or two. Anyway, appreciate y'all being there, and daggone, continue on with what you're continuing with. Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu, otherwise Dizzy. That seems to fit in there pretty well. That's what my startup friends used to call me. Anyway, we'll see you there, Paul.
Yeah, very good, Earl. Yeah, I understand if you can get leg extensions for your charcoal grill and get up, get that ground plane up even higher.
All right, that's a good idea. I will get my mobile antenna up there. At least, I had it mounted to the gutter there for the longest time, but I guess them, no heavier than what it was. The length of time it was up there, it kind of played hoodoo with my gutter, so I had to take it down because it was taking the gutter down. But anyway, I mean, ideas are ideals. You don't know if they work or not unless you try it. That's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, very good, Earl. And then we'll go start from the top again. There was me in there, Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey here in Mount Juliet. And we got John, Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo over in Bellevue. And Kilo Mike 4 Victor Alpha was Dan right here in Mount Juliet, over just south of 40 and Scott. Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta over there in Laverne. All big signals. Kilo Echo 4 TWI Tango Whiskey India. Good signal, but he's mobile, so it's a little weaker than some others. Real good solid copy. Kilo Golf 4 Mike India Zulu. With his magic rigs over there. That's Kevin over just west of Lebanon. Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo Feedback King tonight, and that's Frank over there in Northwest Wilson. And then last but not least, Kilo Echo 4 Bravo. I'm sorry, Delta Echo Zulu, and he's over there in Noreen. And that was 8. That's a good crowd for a sideband net. Appreciate you guys being there. So I shall close the net. You guys can either talk here among yourself. I'll be over on FM here in just a little bit. K4 PEW closing.
I got a question before you go there, Paul.
Yeah, go ahead.
With Kevin being daggone a self-proclaimed zookeeper and everything over there, you think maybe he's got that antenna tied to his bird leg out there and like a homing pigeon and just throwing it up in the air without telling nobody?
I wouldn't surprise him, man. He's got chickens and cockatiel. No, I forget what that is. Cockatiel? No, there's another bird. I'll have to send everybody that link out I sent to Kevin earlier about a cockatoo that had an attitude. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing over there with. I think he fuels his rigs with chicken doo-doo.
Well, that could get a complaint from Middle Tennessee Electric if his bill gets too low. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in there and cut up and carry on. Maybe put a little sense of humor out there, or craziness, or whatever. But anyway, keep on keeping on. Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu player.
Yeah, very good. I just saw I had a note here that there's one fella, his call is Whiskey 4 Echo Zulu Delta. His name is Dennis. I'm trying to remember where that name came from. Anybody know who Whiskey 4 Echo Zulu Delta is? No? All right, well, I'll move on. Appreciate you being there, Earl. Yep, I'm glad we got one of your problems solved anyway, and your signal's getting better every day, except when I'm listening and you were pointing your antenna in the other direction. So I'll catch you later. If I'm ending the net, we'll go from there, K4P.